Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Cass, I'm an artist, and today we'll find out how much I can sculpt in one day. I wasn't feeling that well the last couple of days and I'm still feeling a little bit sick, so I didn't film an intro for this video and got right into sculpting. My next shop update is on November 17th, the day this video gets uploaded. To prep for that, my idea was to make one of each item that is a part of this drop, except the ones that I already have enough of. That left me with the coquette desk pal, a pretzel and an alpine flower phone charm, the brown, pink and fairy MooPal keychain, and phone charms in the same colors. If you're interested, the items that are also a part of this drop but you won't see in this video are the strawberry desk pal, the silly little frog keychain, and the black version of the MooPal keychain and phone charm. I am not a morning person at all, and I had such a hard time waking up and getting ready to sculpt that day. That is why I started a bit later than I had planned. First thing I did was to clean my work surface with some rubbing alcohol, which I also used to clean my clay from dust and lint, and then I weighed the clay I needed for all of the creations that I wanted to make. It took me more than 2 hours to prepare all of this. Here's the clay for the MooPals. Here we have the coquette pal, pretzel charms and alpine flowers, and the MooPal phone charms. Before I add the leaves to the back of the flowers, I bake them for like 10 to 15 minutes so I don't risk squishing them. While they are baking, I am already preparing the leaves, and I make them the same way that I made the flower petals. Since the flowers are so small, I don't have to wait long for them to cool down, so I can continue sculpting almost immediately. The next thing I'm making are the MooPals. Even though I made so many of them already, I still find it fun to sculpt them. The one time where I was making like 40 MooPals back to back was very exhausting. When I have other things to sculpt in between, I love making them. I always start with conditioning and sorting all the small parts, which takes quite a while. sculpting, I normally get into hyperfocus and I sculpt hours on end without breaks, but that day just wasn't a day like that. I actually had a hard time focusing on sculpting, which was really exhausting, so I took another break after finishing the fairy MooPal. These pretzel charms are so much fun to sculpt. For this drop I'm making a slightly different version though. For the ones that I sell in wholesale, I'm using a different method for the salt, and for these ones here I just paint on some white dots. Personally, I think the dots are cuter and match the style of my other creations better, and I also don't really like the texture the salt gives them, but they do look more realistic with it. There is a story behind this coquette bell, so if you're interested in hearing it, I talked about it in a previous video. I didn't go into too much detail, but it is still very personal and this design is very dear to me. I really hope that you guys like it as well. we are on the last design. I'll leave 3 more charms to sculpt. I love making these tiny cows. They have many of the details that the keychain cows have, but smaller. It is so much fun to make the same thing but in a different size. When I designed them, I considered making the entire cow but small, but I was just getting frustrated and it took forever. So I decided to just make a tiny head, and I think they turned out adorable. Here's everything I managed to sculpt in one day. It is actually a bit more than I had planned to make. Here's the coquette palette, the MooPal keychains and phone charms, 3 alpine flower and 3 pretzel charms. Before I say goodbye to you guys, I wanted to do a small recap of the sculpting day. Looking back, I should have planned this a little bit better. Making my creation does take me a very long time. So overall, I spent like 8 hours sculpting that day, and I don't think that I ever sculpted more than 5 hours in a day. If I ever do something like this again, I should probably set a time limit instead of a number of items that I want to make. As I said in the intro, when this video is live, the shop is live as well. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link to my shop in the description below. This video was non-stop sculpting footage. I hope it was relaxing to watch and not boring. If you enjoyed it, you can show me by liking the video. And if you want to support me without having to spend money, you can do so by leaving a comment or subscribing to the channel. That's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!